Hey Legacy Builders, welcome back to Mind Your Money. I want to give a quick introduction about myself and then get into today's video, which is going to be expense tracking. My name is Tasha. I am married to a wonderful husband. We have 4 children. We are on a journey to financial freedom. And on this channel, I break that down step by step. What does going towards financial freedom look like on a day-to-day basis or week-to-week basis? In my case, because we are paid every single week, I track from all of our expenses and everything we send out of our account, every piece of income from Sunday to Saturday. And so once a week on a Wednesday, I post a video sharing what we did with our money in the past week, in the previous week. I am a week behind, or the videos are a week behind. I am not behind. I am on top of my money. But you're seeing my videos about a week and a half to 2 weeks after all of the money moves have been made, all of the payments have been made, investments were made, savings were made, all of that. But I think I am being consistent enough that hopefully you can follow along with our journey. Some people don't get to see the hard work on the ground. They see the finished product. You get the after effect of what it's like when somebody has hit their financial freedom number or financial freedom situation, meaning maybe they're 6 months ahead of their income. Maybe they have a year's worth of expenses saved in an emergency fund. Maybe they are completely debt free, including their mortgage, and you didn't really get to see the step by step, day by day. How do you manage your finances in a simple way? So I'm using my 12-month simple budget planner for mindful financial planning. This is the new one for 2025. I'm using that to track expenses, build a monthly budget, build a weekly budget because we get paid every week, and then also track our savings goals and create a set of goals and a vision for each month so we know exactly what we're doing. I did a video about, I want to say a month before this one, and it was talking about my goals for the first 90 days of 2025. And if you have not seen that, here is a quick look of what those goals are. Save an additional $900 in our emergency fund, save for our Q2 stock up, and that means I'm going to be using cash savings challenges for that, and buy a new laptop and a new iPad. Some of these are going to be stretch goals for us because we have an additional baby. The baby is just under 1 year old, and we have a lot of expenses with a teenager in high school and children having events and things like that at school. Christmas just passed, so there's a lot of expenses that we have to, make up for. But I'm being intentional about not spending money where we shouldn't, keeping myself accountable by sharing it with you all, that you can see this is how a family of 6 is basically surviving and pushing to thrive in this season. So what I'm going to do is get into all of the expenses. I'm going to go over whatever receipts I might have. I've already filled out everything on my expense tracker because I've used up every single space on 3 trackers already for January. And just, get a quick look at what I did and then share it with you, because I feel like it's helpful to have someone keep you accountable on your journey. I'm really trying to be mindful and intentional about where we spend our money, especially with groceries. So if you've been here, but if you haven't been here, we are working with a pretty tight grocery budget, or food budget as I call it. And so we're not going to be spending a whole lot. So I just want to, be clear about what we're buying and how much we're buying, because maybe someone out there will find this channel and stumble across one of these videos and get some inspiration for how to manage your household's finances, okay? So we're tracking from the 19th through the 25th. On the 19th, I did purchase gas for $15, and that brought our balance to $70.60 in this operating account. That's what I'm tracking. In months prior, I was using our credit card, so we were just building up a higher balance. Now we're using cash. And then we're going to get into what I did next. See it. Then on the 21st, Fidelity took out $35. We are investing in my IRA right now, and that is an automatic transfer to that. I guess you could, it's not a brokerage, to my IRA every week, and that's $35. That brought our balance down to $35.60. What happened next was a paycheck deposit, so that's income of $500. That brought us up to $535.60. And then we purchased some, no, okay, what I did was I transferred money from our food fund. This is a high yield savings account. We put money in there automatically each week, and whenever we need to cover food or grocery expenses, we transfer it over to the operating account. I transferred $5 on the 21st. That brought our balance up to $540.60. And then I had a purchase at Stop and Shop for $38.39. Stop and Shop is a grocery store, if you don't know, and so that is coming from our food category. I spent under $40. So now our balance is at $502.21. On the 21st, my youngest son got an automatic transfer to his savings of $1. I took a withdrawal from our account, and that is going towards savings challenges mostly. And so I took out $80. And then I went to Costco and I bought some groceries, and that was $72.77. Let me find that receipt because I'll share with you what we bought, because we are very intentional about trying to stay on budget. I bought pancakes. Everything here is large. This is a warehouse, just like Sam's Club or BJ's. I bought Kodiak pancakes. These are protein cakes that my kids like. I use the mix to make waffles and pancakes for them. I bought a 40-pack of bottled water. I bought muffins. Now the muffins there, you get 2 large like plastic containers of muffins. They're very huge. 2 of them for $10. So I bought those. I bought some Wagyu beef. This is like minced beef. You get 4 packs of those. That was $17.99. I bought cage-free eggs, 24 of those, so that was $6.89. And I bought some chicken thighs, and I got 4 or 5 of those for $18.58. So that's everything I bought from Costco for the $72.77. And then I went to Stop and Shop and I purchased more groceries for $15.27. And I'm just looking for that receipt. Here it is. So, there we go. Okay. I bought 2% milk. I bought some pasta. I bought a chickpea Caesar salad, which is so good. I bought 2 bags of spinach, and that's what I spent $15.27 on. This is some of the vegetables that I needed to go with the meals I was going to make, with some of the meat that I bought, and then also milk, because you can't be in the house with children without milk. So I was under budget for groceries that week, and I'm so grateful. So now we did our grocery shopping. I took out cash. One of my sons got savings money, so we're at $333.17. And then what happened next was, on the 23rd, I got another paycheck deposit. That's income of $500, so that brought our balance up to $833.17. I bought more gas for $10, just topping off, if you want to call it that. And that brought us to $823.17. And then on the 24th, I have a series of automatic transfers that are normally $75, but for some reason, this $1 right here is supposed to be included in that, but it keeps coming out a day early. It's probably a mistake I made when I set up the automatic transfers. It's coming out a day before the others. But $74 was transferred into a few savings accounts, some for my children, some for like our annual bills fund, our next month's bills fund, and then all of the other purpose funds like food, transportation, clothing, and wellness. And then paycheck hit on the 24th for $100. That was my Google AdSense pay. And so that brought our balance up to $849.17. And then I started closing out my paycheck budget on that Friday. So on Friday the 24th, I transferred our tithe over to the tithe account for $110. Then I sent money to our emergency fund, and that was $75. I sent a fourth of our mortgage to the mortgage account, and that was $475. And then I had some bills that I needed to pay, so I transferred money for our Geico car insurance and credit card number 2, and that was $150. I know it's messy down here. It got real because I ran out of space, but I did end up with a balance of $39.17 in our operating account, and that was more than enough to carry us into the next week to also cover when Fidelity takes out their $35. I like reminding myself of this, I think, because I want to know that it might be a low amount to some, might not be to others. It just depends on where you are right now in your financial journey. But for me, I need to remember that there are things that are going to come out automatically. So I try not to touch any money that I have not previously budgeted. And this is why I track expenses, because if I didn't remember that there was a transfer that was going to hit our account after Friday the next week, the week after payday, then I would probably think, oh, I can go and spend this money. Maybe I can go to Sephora and buy myself a lipstick or something, but that's not me, because I already know this money has an assignment. And some of it is just there as a placeholder in case we spend a little bit more than we should, and that's a cushion for us. I did also make some payments on the credit card. So credit card number 2 is the one we're working on. We paid off Kohl's on December 30th, just before getting into the new year. So we just had this one to work on, and this is a pretty big balance, $4,726. We made a payment on the 10th of January for $35, on the 17th of January for $25, and then on the 24th of January for $25. I do also have a payment that's going to come out probably the day you're watching this video for $35. So that's going to reduce this balance even more. I know that the balance is high enough that there will be some interest applied, but I will talk about that later because it kind of hurts my feelings. But I know it hurts my feelings to have that much interest, but we're working on it. Our focus right now is the emergency fund. You may have already seen this video, but I finished the Save 200 challenge that was assigned for January ahead of schedule. Thankfully, we had an extra paycheck in January, and because we're focused on this, yeah, baby, because it's part of our first 90 days worth of goals, we're going to get money added to our emergency fund. That's what I'm using this money for. I didn't even write that up here, but let's write it up here. What we're saving for is the emergency fund. So we finished that one. I'm trying not to show you my February budget plan before it's time for that video. And then we started the Save 300 challenge early. So we got one of these squares already filled in. So I'm grateful that we're ahead of the game before we actually started February's budget. And I don't know why I'm talking about all of that. I think I'm just kind of excited about being ahead of this because we're really being intentional. And so imagine what it's going to be like when we hit our goal, our savings goal for the emergency fund for this month and this first quarter, and then we really start taking off with the debt. Like, it's going to be annihilated so quickly. Okay, so for food in the past week, we did budget, I think, $100. Let me go back and check. What did I budget? Yeah, I budgeted $100 for groceries. Let me hold my pen properly. And for gas, I budgeted $15. This is the 4th week of January we're talking about. Household, I didn't budget anything, and I didn't spend anything, so we already know that that's $0. So 100, let me write the total here. $115 is what we budgeted for those categories. For groceries, we spent $88.04. I hope you guys are not too close. I want you to see, but I don't want you to be like, ooh, too close. Gas, we spent $10. I did use that. Gas gift card I used a couple weeks ago, and I think that helps so we can just top up and not really have to, fill up every single time because it was a little tight, but we got around. So our total was $98.04 for everything. So we were under budget by $16.96. $16.96. I hope you can see that. So another positive week, you guys. I'm really pushing for it. So we had a positive $11.96 left over for groceries or food. And then for gas, we had $5 positive, and then nothing for household because we didn't spend anything. And that's our $16.96 right there. I'm excited about that. I feel good. My baby girl's not happy because she wants another food pouch. Let me pause and get my girl her food pouch. So I gave her a food pouch, and now I'm going to zoom back out and turn this around. Sorry about my desk. You probably see little coffee stains here and there. It's real life. I'm sorry. So the 4th week of January was, for me, the 19th through the 25th. You will see this probably like the 4th, I think, of February. But the next video that I'll have doing a check-in will be for the last and final week of January. I'll show you on my calendar what that looks like in case you haven't been here before. So the 5th week for me will start the 26th all the way through the 1st of February. That's the last full week of January for me, for most of us anyway. But yeah, I'm excited to be getting ready to close out January, and I'm excited that we're ahead of our savings challenge. We were over budget in week 1 for these 3 categories, but we were under budget for the last 3 weeks. We're keeping up with this trend because I really need to make sure we have money going to where it needs to go, and we fulfill our goals with the money that has to go towards our emergency fund, our family savings, and putting whatever extra money I can aside for the laptop that we need, because not having a computer at home, not having that iPad, it really makes things a lot more challenging. So I'm disciplined and focused to get this done. Thank you so much for everyone for being here for as long as you were. I hope you found something of value in this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you in the next one. Continue to mind your money, manage it well, and live your lives abundantly. I'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.